Hi, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. We're at the Belfry again today. We're in the TaylorMade fitting suite and we're going to be talking a little bit about impact today, and more specifically whether you're the kind of golfer who returns the golf club with a handle too high like this. Okay, so it's something that I see relatively commonly. As a general rule, it tends to be from the golfers who struggle with the left to right shots, the fades, the slices, the weak high shots. And what we would generally see is that from the top of their golf swing, the hands would move a little bit too much out this way. The club shaft gets a little bit too steep, and then the reaction from there is to deliver the golf club with the handle extremely high, such as this. Now, why is this an issue? Well, it's an issue because when we've got loft, which we have on all of our clubs, I know some of them have got more than others, when we've got loft, where the handle is going to massively dictate or control where the actual golf club points. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I was to set my golf club here, and I'm trying to get this so basically the sole of the club is flush to the ground, so it's sitting kind of within its lie angle, if you like, and the golf club is going to point somewhere, wherever it may be. Now, if I was to move the handle higher or lower, that's going to change where that golf club points. So in this case, we're talking about a handle which is too high. So if I raise the handle up, whilst the leading edge stays 90 degrees to my target line, raising the handle up would cause the golf club to point more off to the right. So hopefully you can see that there with that illustration. So as the handle gets higher, the effective loft points more out to the right of target. Okay? Same thing applies the opposite way, but with left. So if I were to lower the handle, then the golf club tends to point more left, which is why that you will be told, maybe the videos, if the ball is above your feet, the ball's going to go left, because very simply we're playing from a different angle in the golf club. So if the handle is returned too high, the golf club will point to the right. And as I said earlier, what we tend to see is these golfers who have this high handle will often struggle with those kind of shots, the fades, the slices, that kind of thing. So it's to do with how they deliver the club in the downswing. They often get the hands, say, too far out this way. Club shaft will get a little bit too steep, so they stand to the club a little too much, and then they'll deliver the handle too high. It is a problem because we have to make a compensation. Okay? If I have got a golf club which is pointing to the right through a handle which is too high, I'm going to have to try and do something to hit that ball straight. What I'm going to try and do in most cases is return with the handle back. Returning with the handle back is going to cause the golf club to point less right. Okay, we're not going to go into massive details here, but we can change where that club points in three ways. We can twist the club shaft, we can move the handle forward and back, or we can raise the handle up and down. And we're trying to balance these three things within our golf swing. So very simply, you can take all the time in the world to get that club aligned correctly at setup. But if you return the handle higher at impact than it was at setup, the golf club effective is going to point somewhere different, even though the leading edge might still be at 90 degrees to your target line. Okay, so it's not a visual thing. We can't really see it from address. So we really want to try and attack this. We really want to try and work towards getting the handle lower. Now, it's not simply a case of telling that golfer lower the handle, because we know that there's things that precede that which are causing it. It's not just simply a case of telling the golfer to get lower hands. If that golf club is coming from here, it's very difficult to get the hands lower. Okay, you'll often see the hands get up a little bit. What we are going to try and do is just do a couple little drills and try and feel and try and sense what we're trying to do. So if you have got access to this, this would be very useful to you. I have got an impact board here, so if you've got a local pro or a local golf course and they do any club fitting, they should have a few of these knocking around. I would suggest that they wouldn't be too concerned if you were to borrow it. That would be good. What we're going to do, I haven't done it here, but you're going to get the idea. We're going to put some sole tape. Okay, sole tape runs across the bottom of the golf club this way, and it's going to tell us which part of this golf club is making contact with the board. As you can imagine, if the handle is very high, it is going to be the toe part of that golf club which makes contact. Once you hit a couple of shots and take a look, you're going to see the markings very much towards the toe. If that is you, you have got this high handle position, you have got the club face, or the loft I should say, aiming out to the right of target, and you may wish to address that. What I want you to do is, if you can get access to a lie board and some sole tape, take your starting position and make some short little backswings, so just sort of here, little pitch shots, and try and hit these shots and mark the heel of the golf club. Just try and mark the heel of the golf club here. So try and hit a couple of shots and see where the marking is. You might find that it's toe, as we said, and we want you to try and feel that you can work that back towards the middle and maybe even in a practice drill, even over towards the heel. Doing little half swings is going to help, because you're not going to get into the habit of sort of working all the way up to the top, then getting the hands in this over position, standing the shaft up too much and having to make that compensation. It's going to give you the feeling of delivering the golf club on a much lower angle into the ball. If we can deliver the golf club on a much lower angle into the ball, we're going to find that we can achieve a better impact position. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do in this drill. So take your setup on this little lie board. Hopefully you'll have some sole tape on the bottom of that club, and you're going to hit a couple of little pitch shots where you try and feel that you mark the inside. You're going to mark the heel of the golf club. If you can do that, and I can actually see here there's a little mark on that golf club there. I know I didn't have any tape on it, but I can definitely see that's marked the heel. If you can do that, you may well feel that the interaction with the ground, in this case it's the board, is very different. If you have been delivering the handle too high with the toe up, that's going to be very different to delivering it this way. Just a quick point, if you have had your clubs fitted for you, you may find that that helps this a little bit. If you've got your hands high at impact, then getting the right fitted clubs can help that. A little bit more upright is going to certainly go some way to making that better. However, I see plenty of golfers where the hands are, at least 4 or 5 degrees too upright, and most manufacturers, when you fit clubs, are only going to go about 4 degrees. So very often I'll see golfers where they've got their golf clubs 4 degrees upright to match their swing, but it's not enough. They're still delivering the handle too high. And so just changing the lie angle of the golf club isn't unfortunately going to do it on its own. It's going to help. It would be worth looking at getting your clubs fitted, and just understanding that where the handle is can change where the loft points is a really, really good reason to get your golf clubs fitted, because if they're not fitted, then if the lie angle isn't correct, you are going to find that at impact that club, it can be pointing left or can be pointing right. So a little bit of information there, a little bit of a different way of looking at it. Many golfers hit the ball off to the right simply because the handle can be too high at impact. They often believe it's because the face is open or they're swinging left or any of those kind of things. But often it can be just because the handle is too high. If it is too high, have a go at that drill. You should be able to get it a little bit better. You'll get a feeling of the golf club and the hands coming in from a lower angle, and that's going to help you hit some hopefully straighter shots when you get on the golf course. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. There's just going to be plenty more videos coming through that channel there, so you're just not going to miss any. And we'll see you again next time.